Hey, Darcy. We're on the camera here. You should sit next to me. Hi there, folks. I'm interviewing Darcy today.
Go, Darcy, go. You gotta be in the video. There you go.
She felt red. And it is her birthday. Tomorrow.
Ready? Happy
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Darcy. Happy birthday to you.
I like to say happy solar return.
Oh.
I know. Or happy new year.
Okay.
Ceremony wedding.
So, taking care of business. Saturn square the notes. So, Darcy's got over here Pluto and Libra in the first house. Been doing relationships for a while. Trying to figure it out. Make it balanced, even, good for everybody. She's political, tactful, humorous, good smile, makes people feel comfortable, good manager, counselor, able to listen, put herself in other people's places, other people's shoes. That's what she's been doing for a long time. How's that been working for you?
Good some days.
You got some kids out of it.
Yes.
Because she's got the south node of the moon in Aries in the 7th house. Yeah? And Chiron in the 8th house. Conjunct with that Mars and Venus. Okay? So it's kind of an interesting dynamic, right? When you get Taurus in the 8th house, and this happens a lot with late Virgo rising and Libra rising, the planets and the signs in the houses are switched.
Yeah.
So she's got Libra in the 1st, okay, and Taurus in the 8th. So it's all like, well, what's going on? So, this is where, figuring and understanding relationship and partnership is like a big, major, intention for the soul. Okay? For instance, my money, which is the 2nd house, is ruled by Libra, which is my partner. So like my money comes from my partner. And if I don't have a partner, or I don't figure out partnership, okay, or and this is also business. I'm not saying you gotta stay married, but I'm saying, just like relationships and understanding that whole dynamic, okay, is very profitable on many, many, many levels. But you just get this whole, it's all switched around. It all involves, somebody else. So even Aries and even Taurus, okay? Taurus is my physical pleasure. Well, it's in the 8th house. I want somebody else, with me, and it's more pleasurable. And somebody else brings me into my body. Somebody else brings me into my sexuality. So I even want to do Taurus, with somebody. Yeah. So I love sexual massage. Yeah. We can really, deepen, get super physical, and the body is really a reflection of the soul. And so it's a beautiful, powerful, very sensuous. When you've got Venus and Mars and Taurus in the 8th house. Now, of course, Chiron there makes it a little more of a bitch. Yeah, there's some wounds involved with that. But the wounds and the pain, okay, of what? It's in Taurus, not feeling worthy, not feeling deserving, not feeling beautiful, like Aphrodite. Venus rules Taurus. So my partner has, it can make me not feel good about myself, or make me not feel worthy, or make me not feel beautiful, or make me not feel valuable. This is the wound of Chiron, okay, in Taurus, particularly in the 8th house. Yeah? So in some way, shape, and form, it doesn't have to be verbal or anything, but, that Aries in the 7th house has said that in my past lives, there's been a lot of battle. There's been a lot, and my relationship has been a battlefield. Aries is a battlefield. And this lifetime I want to find peace. I've got the north node of the moon in Libra. I'm ready for balance. And in my past lifetimes, my Pluto in Libra has gone for balance, and I would say that it would be just, let's look at it. What's missing? Well, the missing piece of the puzzle is Saturn in Leo, in the 11th house. What is that? Saturn in Leo. I will not be Leo. I will not be treated like a queen. I will not have you bow down to me. I will not be the star of the show. I will not be an amazing sunlit goddess from heaven. Yeah, you see that?
Why?
I will not be hallelujah.
Because of Saturn.
I mean, because Saturn does that. I mean, I have that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saturn.
Yeah.
That's sucks.
Saturn is where in your past lives you said, no, I'm not going to do that. So this lifetime, you need to do that, but it's not going to be so easy. You're going to have hindrances, obstacles, limitations. People aren't going to clap for you when you first start doing your show. And when you first start, when you first put on your crown, they're going to go, what are you doing with a crown? So, you're going to have to really, stick with it, okay? And I'm going to wear this freaking crown, and I'm going to find people who like my crown, and I'm going to hang, and this is in the 11th house. New friends, new groups, new associations, okay? It's like, what? That's another thing she didn't do. Okay, so Saturn in the 11th house says, what I need to do, is find some new friends, and not be hanging, with the old ties, or with my following my husband's lead. Aries in the 7th house is a leader. Yeah, Aries ruling the 7th house, right? That's the problem with having 4 charts over here. Where the hell did you go? No, you got Pisces. Pisces ruling the South. South Node is in Aries is in the 7th, but it's ruled by Pisces. So now this brings in, of course, another dynamic.
So is she a rising Virgo?
Yeah, she's a Virgo rising.
Darcy Roseville said that she's not sure on her time, so we might be a Libra rising. She thinks
Uh-huh.
Well, it's interesting, so I don't know my exact time, and I also have an identical twin sister, and I think that I'm on this side and she's just on the other side, is my hunch.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. So, we want to look at, okay, well, that was a little messed up. That Saturn is not square the moon's nodes, it's actually the moon in Cancer that is square the moon's nodes.
Yeah. That's right.
The moon's nodes in Aries, Libra, okay? I mean, Saturn is square Mars and Venus, so I saw a square there. But it is the same thing with the Saturn in Leo, okay? I said it was square the nodes, so it's like super important for her to do that. But no, it is, she still needs to do that, but now we want to, go in a different direction here, because the moon at 20 Cancer, with the nodes at 21 Libra, that's very That's a very tight square. I've got to do the moon in How many kids have you got? Okay, well, good, you did it. Okay, like before I can get to my first house of I, me, my, okay, I have to be the mother, I have to take the responsibility, I have to like really, play that role, and even, she's Louise, This is just a case where I can see you. The sun conjunct Jupiter is on her midheaven. This is like, you're gonna be the mayor of that town that you just moved into, right? This sun, Jupiter on the top, is just like, that's where you shine. You shine as a manager, as an authority figure, as a model, as an example, as the boss, okay? And so it's just like, you're moving, this lifetime is just like coming more and more into your power, yeah? It's just like, even the North Node in the first house, is again, I'm coming home to me. And that I am beautiful. Libra is ruled by Venus, yeah? And then I'm like really amazing. And you just get more powerful and more, and you start moving your weight around, throwing your, it's like you start becoming a force to be reckoned with. Yeah, with that Venus-Mars polarity point in Scorpio in the second house. This is like really, starting to deal with more powerful people that have more influence, that have more money, that make bigger changes, that really, really move mountains. It's like, this is a lifetime where, you really want to, have an impact, and you've got everything that you need or want on a soul level to do it. And so it's just like, this is your time. Jupiter went over her ascendant. Jupiter, just went over her Pluto. And it came up to her north node of her moon. Okay, just this year. Right? Now it's gone back to Pluto. And it's going to go forward over the north node. So Pluto is end. Yeah. In Libra, I'm ending this relationship, right? And that probably came around in a very strong way, when Jupiter first hit Pluto last November, or last December. Merry Christmas. Yeah, Jupiter comes around Pluto. So then it went up, it went up to the north node, went back to Pluto, and now it's, coming. So you're going to really be moving forward. When Jupiter hits that north node, again in October, is, really time where I see where I'm going, where I want to take this boat, this life. That's the north node of your moon, Jupiter coming around to there. It's just like, and this can also be leading a teacher, or a set of teachings, or a very influential person, a rich person, or someone that has gifts or riches for you, Jupiter, to help you realize your north node, your future, your intention. So it's like, wow, I want to paint murals, and have this town turn from, rocks and stone to art, and then Jupiter comes around, to that north node in Libra, and somebody comes along and says, I'm an artist, and I would love to paint this town, or whatever. It's just like, Jupiter north node is a sweet, sweet aspect,
My whole website is Darcy's Utopia, so I've been dreaming for a while.
Yeah, yeah,
You said Jupiter, the north node is a good aspect? Is that what you said?
yeah.
Oh.
When Jupiter, every 12 years, Jupiter goes around and it passes over the north node of your moon, and that's like a real big year, yeah, for you to move forward. So, when I see, this dynamic, it's a little tricky. Some astrologers could say that Pluto is conjunct the north node of the moon. Pluto is at 11, the north node of the moon is at 21, okay? So it's 10 degrees apart, but it's in the same sign and it's in the same house. So what all I can say, is that the way that I feel is you want to do relationship, but you want to do it differently than the way you've been doing it. So you want to rebirth a new form or a new, condition around relationship. And, what that looks like, is really coming more and more into that you are a teacher. Sun Jupiter at the midheaven. You really want a relationship where you are acknowledged and respected and looked up to and honored and followed. And this is very true. The feminine, the woman has, a lot of the imagination and the vision. And the masculine can come in and be like the workhorse or the worker bee. This is a lifetime where you are here to be the queen bee. Sun Jupiter on the midheaven, right? And rather than having this Chiron in the 8th, and a bossy Aries, partner or whatever, it's like, no, I want to come around and do this Libra, do my North Node, in Libra in the first house in a different way. It's really nice. So, you betcha. My pleasure.